Dear viewers, welcome back again to this channel. And in our today's video, our discussion will be on a play written by Samuel Beckett called Waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot is one of the famous plays of 20th century, and this play is published in 1949, 48, 49, and this was originally written in French. Okay, and Waiting for Godot, this is a play with only two main characters. Vladimir is also called Didi, and Estrogen is also called Gogo, and they engage in a variety of discussions and uh, encounters while awaiting uh, Godot. Means they were waiting for someone called Godot, and they have no idea how Godot looks like, from which place Godot will come, and uh, in which year, on what day, month, week. They have no specific idea about the time, date, month, like that. So, but despite that, they wait for Godot, but at the last they found that Godot may not come, but their waiting is still not ended. They are still waiting for Godot. Okay, and this play is not like any traditional play. That's why this play is called absurd drama, or the theater of the absurd. Vladimir and Estrogen, these two are tramps, and they have been waiting for Godot for many days by a leafless tree. And as I have already told you that this play was originally written in French by the writer himself, and then he has translated this work in English. And in English, the title of the play is like this: Waiting for Godot, then colon, a tragicomedy in two acts. The original French text was composed between 9 October 1948 and 29 January 1949. And for the first time, it was premiered in 5 January 1953 in Paris. And the English language version of the play was first premiered in London in UK in 1955. And according to a poll conducted by the British Royal National Theatre in 1998/1999, then it was voted the most significant English language play of the 20th century. Okay, actually, Waiting for Godot, it displays uh, the condition of human beings. In all our life, we also wait for Godot-like figure in our life, that someone will come. Someone will come to end this, that someone will come to change this, that someone will come, then I will be very happy. So that figure is named as Godot here. And no one knows him, no one has seen him, and no one has ever met him, or whether that person is a male, female, transgender, others, whatever, we don't know. But we just wait for someone like Godot, someone called Godot, according to author. And these two tramps, uh, Vladimir and Estrogen, they too are waiting for Godot in this play. Okay. Okay, now let's go on. If we talk about the plot of the play, then the plot development is not seen in this play, and the character development also cannot be found. And in this play, Vladimir and Estrogen, they wait at the side of a road and near a tree, and they were agreeing that there is nothing to be done, and they have no work to do. They have only one work, that is to wait for Godot. And Estrogen, he struggles to take off one of his boots in the play, and then Vladimir asks him that if he has ever read the Bible. The Bible, we all know, the holy book of Christian people. And then Estrogen says all he remembers are some colored maps of the Holy Land. And Vladimir then told Estrogen about the two thieves who were crucified along the Jesus. Okay, and through these lines, or through this allusion, the playwright might have tried to draw some inspiration from the Christian holy book. Okay, then Estrogen, then he wants to leave because he was tired of waiting Godot. Then Vladimir has reminded him that we can't go because we are waiting for Godot. So we must be here till he arrives. Estrogen and Vladimir then debate whether they are in the right place or whether it is the right day for Godot to come. Estrogen then he falls asleep, and Vladimir immediately wakes him up, and he says that I'm feeling very lonely without you. So means please don't sleep. Then Estrogen starts to describe his dream, but Vladimir then very angrily stops him and tells him to keep his nightmares to himself. Okay, so as I am only telling you the summary of the play, so you may feel that it is boring, but the play itself is utterly monotonous, because here you will see that only two characters are there, and the dialogues, the scenes, these all are very repetitive, and they are not evolving. No character, no plot, no event development can be found, as I have already told you. Then Vladimir wonders that what he and Estrogen should do, and Estrogen says that they should continue to wait. They should continue to wait for Godot. And while waiting, Estrogen suggests that why not they hang themselves on the tree. Means he is suggesting to suicide, because they have got bored by waiting for Godot. So Estrogen has suggested to Vladimir that let's hang on the tree. Means let's hang ourselves on the tree, so that this boringness, this monotonous feeling will be gone, and we will be relieved from this waiting thing. Then but though they have talked about the suicide, but they again disagree over that who should hang himself first. And Vladimir then concludes that they should just wait for Godot and stop talking and thinking things like this. Then Estrogen asks what Vladimir asks Godot for, and Vladimir says that he made a vague sort of prayer. Then Estrogen is very hungry, and Vladimir offers him a carrot. Okay, and then he tries to find something in his pocket, but he has got only turnips. Finally, he finds a carrot and gives it to estrogen. Then estrogen estrogen asks if they are tied to Godot, and Vladimir says that yes, they are, and the two are interrupted by loud scream of stays, and scenes this scene ends. Then Pojo and Lucky, another two minor characters from the play, Pojo and Lucky, they enter into the scene. Then Pojo drives Lucky forward with a whip like a pack animal with a rope which is tied around his neck. Then Lucky is forced to carry Pojo's things, and it may indicate that Lucky is a slave of Pojo. Estrogen asks if this is Godot, but then Pojo introduces himself that he is not Godot, rather he is a Pojo. Then he jerks the rope that is around Lucky's neck and calls him pig. Then Lucky brings him his stool and some food to eat. Pojo then eats some chicken, and Astragon begs him for the leftover bones. Pojo then gives him the bones. Then Vladimir is very angry. He was outraged at Pojo's horrible treatment of Lucky, and he wanted to leave. But Pojo tells him to stay, though in case Godot should show up, then what? Estrogen then asks why Lucky does not put down his bags. Pojo says that Lucky has the right to put them down and be comfortable, so he must be carrying them because he wants to do so. Then he says that Lucky is trying to impress Pojo so he won't get rid of him because Pojo has plenty of slaves. Uh, then Pojo says that he has planned to sell Lucky at a fair. Then, upon hearing this, Lucky begins to cry, and Pojo gives Astragon a handkerchief to bring to him, so that means he can wipe out his tears. Then Astragon approaches Lucky, and Lucky keeps him very violently in the scene. Okay, so then the play goes on like this. Then Pojo begins to cry, saying that he can't bear it. He can't means be like this forever. Then Vladimir scolds Lucky for making his master cry. Pojo collects himself and looks for his pipe, which he has misplaced. Then he makes a speech about night and twilight. This asks if there is anything he can do for Astragon and Vladimir, since they have been nice to him. Then he offers to make Lucky dance, recite, sing, or think for their entertainment. Lucky then dances, and his head falls off. Then Pojo says that Lucky needs his head to think. So Vladimir places it back on Lucky's head, and Lucky launches into a long rambling monologue. Means he was talking alone. Then Pozo prepares to leave and says goodbye to Vladimir and Astragon, but they do not move. Means though Vladimir and Estragon, they have made up their mind to move. They uh, give up their mind to they have made up their mind to give up waiting, but they were not able to do so somehow. Okay. Then Pudgy and Lucky then eventually leave, and Astrogan wants to leave as well. But Vladimir tells him that they need to stay and wait for Godot. They must wait for Godot. Now, who is Godot? As I have already told you, Godot, no one knows who is he. No one has seen him. No one has met him. No one has any idea about him. Then a boy comes on stage, means on the stage, as this is a theater, and bearing a message from Godot. He says that Godot will come. Godot would not come today, but may come the next day or will come the next day. Then he tells Vladimir that he works for Godot and minding his own goats, and says that Godot is good master. Then the boy disappears. The boy, before leaving, uh, he has tried to give some message from Godot, and that you don't have to worry. Today he cannot come. Today Godot cannot come, but tomorrow he may come, or tomorrow he will come. Okay, so Godot, if from my perspective, Godot may be something like hope. It may be like hope, peace, that okay, one day I will become this, okay, one day he will come, okay, one day this and that, so that thing. Then the boy leaves, and Astragon and Vladimir are ready to leave for the night. Then they say that they are going to leave, but they means they did not leave, and they stayed still, and the first act ended in that way. Now let's move on to our next chapter. Our next act, second act. This is, as I have already told you, there are only two acts in this play. In the second act, when it begins the next day in the same location and at the same time, Vladimir then Vladimir has entered, and he started to sing. Then Estragon entered and told Vladimir that he was beaten very badly the previous night for no reason. Then Vladimir and Estragon embraced each other, and they were very happy to see each other again. And Estragon has asked that what they should do now, because they were fed up. Then Vladimir told him that they should wait for Godot, the same thing. And Vladimir then he had mentioned that Pojo and Lucky, Pojo and Lucky, that those means where they are. Then Astragon says that he does not remember who these people are and where they are, and he also does not recognize the place where they are waiting from the day before. Vladimir says that he and Estragon picked grapes for the same man a long time ago in the Macon country, but Estragon does not remember that particular incident either. Okay. Then, after a long silence, Vladimir has asked Estragon to talk about anything to fill the silence, but the two struggle to find something to talk about. Then Vladimir asks if Estragon really does not remember Lucky and Pojo. Estragon then remembers someone kicking him and remembers that the chicken bones he got from was from Pojo. Vladimir then offered Estragon a radish or turnip because he has no carrots, and Astragon then falls asleep but then wakes up very puzzled and startled. Then he begins to tell Vladimir about his dream, but Vladimir